Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? This is your boy, Movie Hero Jordan, Movie Hero Anderson here, coming to talk about my movie marathon. I spent the day at the movies and had a good time. So it's been a while since I've done a marathon like this. So I'm going to be talking about three movies, but I actually saw four movies today. I saw The Sound of Freedom this morning with my dad. So you can go watch that. It's a separate review. So go check out that review. It's totally separate. But I'm just on my way home. Idaho Falls, back to Pocatello. And yeah, let me flip on the comments here if you're tuning in. Thank you. If you want to hear my thoughts on these movies, I finally got to the theater. Last weekend was busy. Free day today, so I decided to go or take advantage because I'm probably gonna be starting a new job here soon, where I'm not gonna be as free as I am now. So, oh, and I was able to charge my wireless microphones a little bit. The last review they cut out halfway through, so hopefully the audio is good. I haven't checked it, but hopefully, like, there once the microphone's cut out, we'll just default it to the regular mic. Um, but they're like half charged, so hopefully they'll last. But yeah, so I saw four movies today. That's rare for me. I don't do that very often, but I was able to do it. And it helps when you have Regal Unlimited. Go get Regal Unlimited if you have a Regal near you. It's worth it. I always got to reiterate that it pays for itself after two movies in a month because you're paying $20 a month. So, yeah, I'm feeling a sneeze coming on. We'll see if it happens. But usually when I talk about it, it goes away. Um, but yeah, so the order that I saw it, the movies that I saw, Sound of Freedom this morning. I saw Insidious: The Red Door, which I had been looking forward to for a long time, and I saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny after that, and then Joyride. So yeah, and I'll tell you this: they were all good. I'm not gonna say all of them were great, more than the others, but they were all good. Well, actually, two of them. So yeah, Sound of Freedom is one of them. So Sound of Freedom, that's what that movie is amazing. Go see that movie like as soon as you can. But um, and sorry, I'm about my phone. Hopefully, it's working good for you. But yeah. So let's start off. I'm just heading towards the freeway here. About to head home. Well, started off with Insidious: The Red Door. So one thing about Insidious is, if you know me, the original Insidious is my favorite horror movie of all time. That movie is incredible, and it works on so many levels to me because I love the world that they create with uh, the further. I love Lynn Shay, the old lady from that movie. I love the two guys. They call them the Dog and Pony Show on in the first movie, but it's Lee Wanell and like some Sampson, Ron Sampson. That's probably wrong. The last name's Sampson. I know that, but oh, Angus Sampson. That's it. I remembered. I don't have any notes in front of me. I'm just doing this off the top of the dome here. But so this um, fifth installment for Insidious, I was excited for because it's directed by Patrick Wilson, and they brought back the entire original cast. So you got Patrick Wilson, you got Rose Byrne, you got Ty Simpkins basically as the main character. Then you have the younger brother, which I don't have his name, but the one that played the original younger brother in the movie. Lynn Shay is in it, and the two other guys that I was talking about, Angus Sampson and Lee Wanell. And the movie's good. It's probably like the lesser of all those I saw today, but it's still good. It's still better than two, three, and four. I don't like those movies at all. I think two has a stupid villain, and three and four are just bad. So But the first one's incredible. This one's good. So, and one thing that I will say is they make the movie kind of for people who are fans of the Insidious series. Like, I pretty much feel like you have to have seen at least the first Insidious movie to know what's happening, or at least one of the movies in the franchise, but for sure the first one. So that was a problem, I think, but I've seen the first one, so I was on board. I was totally fine. But in the first movie, sorry, I'm going to make a lot of comparisons to that movie, but the first movie, the little boy played by Ty Simpkins, um, he falls asleep and he just automatically astral projects himself. So like his spirit comes out of his body. You can see his body floating there. And he goes into a dark place called the Further, where all the most like evil and loathsome and insidious and horrible creatures reside, and they're like demons, and they want to try to come into our world. They want to try to take possession of a human body, and that's the only way that they can stay in our world that way, and it makes sense. This one, you have Ty Simpkins going off to college, and uh, he just astral projects whenever he wants. He just like sits there and counts down, and then he's just astral projecting, and it's just uh, I don't know. I didn't buy it quite as much, but it's fine. There was a girl who was a black girl. Not that it had anything to do with her race, but her name was Sinclair Daniel. She was annoying AF, like a very annoying character. I didn't care for that character. They could have gone a different way with that character because it's just a best friend to Ty Simpkins. And I got my water bottle. It's the fridge. I got my big old thermo flask here. Ooh, I think I tapped the car in front of me. My bad. But they're just going. Okay, that's fine. I barely tapped it. Shoot. Anyways, my car rolled. But we're good. We're good. It's like the lightest tap, so they don't seem concerned. So that's good. Ooh, okay. Anyways, eyes on the road. Eyes on the road. Maybe I didn't tap the car. I barely felt anything. So who knows? But anyways, that's the fun of doing this while driving. But um, and actually, I don't think I did tap the car in front of me. I think that was my car shifting into gear, honestly. Um, but just in case, if I have to pass this car, I'm gonna flip the old dome light off. But so yeah, Ty Simpkins off to college, and he's going to parties. He's getting to know people. He's in this art class, and the art teacher's asking him to do these drawings, and he's like, and what you see in a lot of movies, scribble, 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 like as hard and fast as you can, and uh, yeah, that car went the other way. Okay, good. Um, and yeah, so the teacher says, just think of one of your earliest memories and draw it. And so he's scribbling, and you see this red door, and it's like a perfectly drawn, like from like an insane, like it's exceptional artist drawing this door. So um, he draws that. Then he has a guy with like a hammer in front of it to start, and then he has to draw it several different times. One of the times he draws it, his dad's in front of it, Patrick Wilson. And you do see Patrick Wilson like sending his son off to college, and he's still having like nightmares and maybe some astral projection things himself. And you see me, he gets like really worried, and so he goes to get a CAT scan, and um, something happens during the CAT scan, and some old man's climbing, like the lights go out, and the old man's climbing into the machine. So, and before I get too far, I should have said this up top. There'll be slight spoilers in these rooms. No, I'm not going to give away the major spoilers, but there will be some slight, very minor ones. But anyways, and if you see me wave my hands like this, that means the start of a spoiler. And then when I wave them again, the spoiler's done. So that's how we're going to do this. But But anyways, what do you think about here during the movie? So I was awake for all of them. I got a little tired during Insidious. So I'll be honest, kind of dozed off a little bit, but not for long. So the rest of all the other movies I was awake for, but uh, percent. And yeah, like Insidious was good. It was just erratic. It's all over the place. One minute he's in the fur, the next minute he's out. There's creatures. There's another handprint on the sheet, like the first one. You only see the Angus Sampson and Lee Wanell's character, the dog and pony show, uh, for like a little bit, and they have a little funny moment for a second. And then, but and then Lin Shay isn't in it that much either. She's in it more than the other two, but and it's just basically about the relationship between the dad and Ty Simpkins. And even though he's away at college, he's able to astral project and still be able to save his son and help him out and feed the man with the fire face. I think they call him. It's the dude that looks like Darth Maul with like the red and black face and like that hair, and he's kind of bald in the middle. Yeah, that is one of the creepiest characters from any horror movie I've ever seen. Oh, stuff of pure nightmare fuel. So we're good with that character. Good on you. Kudos. But um, but yeah, it's hard to really follow what's really happening. It's just erratic. One minute things are happening, the next minute they're like he's in the further, he's in the real world, he's back, he's forth. And then the girl he's with, the black chick, is kind of seeing some things too. You can kind of tell when he's in the further because she can't see him, but she can see things in the room and things moving around. So, but and then they go visit Rose Byrne's character for a little bit. Patrick Wilson wants to go talk about the son and stuff, and then so she's in it for a minimal amount also, but and then Ty Simpson is always calling him the younger brother. It's the same actor from the first movie that played the younger brother, and he calls him whenever he needs someone to talk to him, kind of calm him down and help him talk about the things he's experiencing. But so that's that movie. Not really too much else to tell. None of these movies today had a post-credit scene, which I'm very glad. I feel like almost every movie these days has one, and so I just get up and go. So, yeah, I did that. I pretty much missed the previews for every movie. We were like barely on time for the first movie, me and my dad, and then I had to rush home, eat some lunch, and then run up almost an hour to the theater, and barely make it in time for Insidious. And then I needed food again because enough time had passed, so I only got my dinner. And then I barely made this only see like right as the prologue for Dial of Destiny was starting. I barely came in for that. I might have missed like a first 30 seconds or a minute of that, but I got me some Chick-fil-A, and then I went right into Joyride after that. So yeah, but Insidious, the Red Door, it's probably the lowest ranked one of all. I'm gonna give it still because I'm an Insidious fan a 7 out of 10. That's being generous though. It's probably honestly more of a 6 to the general public, but I'm gonna be honest because I love this franchise and I love the cast, the world it creates and stuff. It just wasn't a cool, like as cool of a further like they had where like in the first movie you can tell they start in one spot and they have to travel through and they go through the same thing. They get deeper and deeper and deeper and start to have this music playing and the creatures and everything. But in this one it's like, well, yeah, and then every time in the original movie they go in deeper, they come out, they start again, same path, they have to go out the front door and they go in this this exact path, and you see it the same path that they're going further. Like, oh, like they didn't go through this door last time. Now they're going through it. What's going to be on the other side? Oh my gosh! Now you're in the layer of the fire face guy, and then like you dare go past that and then see what's there, and it's a replica of their living room, but in the further kind of almost like a more scarier version of the Upside Down from Stranger Things, and then yeah, but every time they went further and further. In this one, they just go, and it's never the same. It's always different. So, um, but yeah, but moving into Dial of Destiny, so I'll just say that I liked it a lot. I don't get the hate for it. I don't get it. Like Harrison Ford is old. Like, what else are you gonna do? Like, he's old. He is what he is. Like, I kind of wish they would have had him pass the torch to off to another younger person. So in the future, you could make some more Indiana Jones movies, or maybe he had a son, or maybe like I don't know what. Because they talk about some things that they could have done to pass off the torch and the mantle, but I don't want to give it away, so I'm not going to say anything. But and they didn't use it, and didn't quite use it to its full potential. So, and I will say it's better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It is. It's better than that. Is it better than any of the original trilogy? Well, no, but it's still really good. And I dig it because they're in the 60s, but they find a way to, like they're in the late 60s, honestly, and they find a way to still bring in Nazis. Like Mads Mikkelsen's character is playing a former Nazi, so that kind of went against Hitler. And he talks about it in the movie, saying that the United States didn't win the World War II, that Hitler lost the war because he's an idiot and he just didn't do things right. And so, sorry, gotta forgive me. I get acid reflux, something that I just deal with, and it sucks. I can feel my throat burning, and it makes all this acid start coming up my throat, so I gotta keep drinking. And then I have some pills that I need to take when I get home. But anyways, so the movie is directed by my boy James Mangold, and I wish he would have just done a James Mangold movie. And he tried so hard to make it a pure Indiana Jones, like the vein of Steven Spielberg, and that's fine. That's one way to do it. But look at Logan. Look how freaking awesome Logan is. That's why it's my favorite movie of all time. And you could have done something cool and unique, had your own take. But I mean, I get it. I get why he wants to do it in the vein of like what the traditional Indiana Jones movies are. And for me, the best part of these movies is the music of John Williams. John Williams kills it. He is a legend. Like, in my mind, John Williams is the single greatest thing about cinema, period, end of story. The best thing in the history of cinema. I've never heard a bad John Williams score. Every single score that you read, this dude's in his 90s. Man, it's going to be such a loss for the world when John Williams passes away. Like, I'm going to probably break down tears when that man passes away, because he has meant a lot to me in my life. And I never even met the guy, but just the scores that he composes and creates for these movies just add so much. They add like a level of depth that you just can't get anywhere else. Like, it's crazy. And sorry that the camera's out of focus. Whoa, my eyes. I promise you I'm not crying. I promise you. And maybe it's allergies. I don't know. But blurry. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's so blurry, but just have to deal with me being blurry. At least you can hear me, right? Let me know if there's any like audio issues, but put it in the comments in the live chat. But yeah, so John Williams creates an incredible score. So, and the prologue that you have with Indiana Jones when he first finds the Dial of Archimedes, when he's with Toby Jones, it's really fun, really cool, and one of the most action-packed parts of the whole movie. that's for like 5-6 minutes, but or I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes long. Yeah, but the only thing is, like, it's hard to, like, they haven't perfected de-aging yet. But they have gotten some things like better and better and better as far as just like bringing characters back. Like they brought back General Tarkin for um, Star Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and that looked pretty cool. I mean, it still kind of looked fake actually, but they're getting there. Each time looks a little better, but you're not fully there yet. I've been watching Secret Invasion, Marvel Secret Invasion, and they de-age Samuel Jackson and Nick Fury, and it's still, the white doesn't look right. Like something, it's just hard to de-age humans and de-age them, and like them moving in their mouth. And I don't know. It's close though. It's close. They're getting there. But um, anyways, though, besides that, though, the prologue was great, and then they're off. They do a lot of things at the college. There's like a big chase at the college. Like these guys are, Matt Mickelson and all his henchmen are after him, and trying to get the dial from the school. But one thing that I will say, well, actually, a couple things is one. I started out being very annoyed with Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character. Like, I just think she's kind of pretentious, and she's not the most attractive person in the world. Like, she just got a frumpy kind of, I don't know, like I don't even know what to call it, but it's more of like not the, I don't know. I don't want to say she's not pretty. She is pretty, but she's just not what you think of for like this sexy love interest or potential love interest. But I guess in this movie, she's not supposed to. She's supposed to be Indiana Jones' goddaughter. So that'd be weird if they had a love interest or if they had something going on. But it's just annoying at first. She looks very plain. I'll just say that plain is a good way to put it. But as the movie goes on, you start to like her character. At least I did. I liked her character more and more and more and more. And when the movie first starts out, I'm thinking this doesn't feel anything like an Indiana Jones movie, minus the prologue. Prologue did for sure, but then after that, it didn't feel like it. I'm like, oh, what's this movie gonna be? But it was still good. I'm just like, this is an Indiana Jones movie. It's just a cool Harrison Ford action movie or adventure movie. But the more that the movie goes on and on and on and on, and you progress further and further, it feels more like an Indiana Jones movie. It does. It absolutely does. And you see a lot of familiar characters. This is just a minor spoiler. I'm waving my hand. I'm waving it. But the minor spoiler is that you see Sala come back. You see Marion come back in a scene near the end, and they reenact that scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's fun. That's like really fun. Like I actually kind of laughed at it because I was happy that they were doing that. And then I believe those are the main characters back. You don't really see too many other ones, but yeah. But those are the main ones. Okay, spoilers done. Spoiler. But and yeah, just mute during that part. Just mute it. But and yeah, they're one of those things with the Dial of Destiny or Dial of Archimedes was split into two parts, and Indiana Jones has the first part that he gets in the prologue from Toby Jones's character helping him. Toby Jones kind of plays a role similar to what Indiana Jones's dad, Sean Connery, played in The Last Crusade, but he's just a friend of it, and then he's like the genius guy who knows where to find all this stuff and has their journal and has all that information, and they go on this journey all across the world. They go to now I'm forgetting the name of the main city that Indiana Jones knows so well, but if I think about it, or if it comes to my head, I'll say it. But it's like a Middle Eastern city, but and they go to Morocco. You don't really see much in Morocco. They go to I know they go to Spain. They go to a couple other places. I can't remember everywhere that they go, but they're able to find a huge cave. Like always find a huge cave or some underground place, and they're eventually find the other half. And the whole entire time, Mads Mikkelsen's characters are after them. One of my favorite scenes is the car chase. They do an awesome car chase through the town that I can't freaking remember the name of it, but and they have these kind of like little like freewheel cars they use there for like little taxis and stuff, and like they are all over the place. It is action packed. They're ramming into things, jumping off of things, and bombs are going off, and like they're flying everywhere, and it's a really cool. They get sandwiched in between two other cars, and Harrison Ford jumping from one to the other. A lot of cool action. Probably a more CGI'd than any other Indiana Jones movie. But it's hard to tell that they're CGI in this thing. It's hard to tell what's CGI and what's not. But so they do a good job there. They have this guy, they call him Teddy in the movie. I don't know the actor's name, but he's like a Middle Eastern kid that's kind of like sort of like a short round type, but he's no Ke Huy Quan. Ke Huy Quan could fight and hold his own and was a cool companion. This guy is fun, but he's not quite on the level of a short round for me. So, but he's kind of more friends with Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character, which I forget her name in the movie also. But and there's some cool things where they're flying in airplanes. Yeah, just a lot of cool like adventure stuff. A lot of stuff in New York because it starts in New York, so they're running through the streets. Indiana Jones on a horse and ride through the subway and almost getting run over by subway trains and. uh, I told you I was gonna sneeze. It just took a minute. I might sneeze again, actually. But we'll see. But yeah, and then overall, they always going to have the mystical part of every Indiana Jones movie. So the Dial of Destiny works, and they find a way to like actually go back in time. I won't tell you what happened, but there's somewhat that the direction this movie almost went near the end, and I could have been cool with it. I mean, but they didn't go that way. They went a different way, and I wasn't thrilled with that way either. I wasn't really thrilled with either way. I thought that there could have been a way better way to end the movie, and they just didn't do it. The ending was just okay to me. It wasn't bad, like, but it wasn't one of those Indiana Jones rides off into the sunset with his dad from The Last Crusade or anything. That is an incredible ending, like one of the all-time most epic endings to a movie that I've ever seen. But even like the end of Temple of Doom, where he kisses the girl and it just pans out, that's another epic ending. But this one, it was fine, you know. And I don't think we're gonna get any more Indiana Jones movies. I really don't. But they could do something in that world. They really could. Just it wouldn't be with Harrison Ford. So I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. I think Lucasfilm is kind of in trouble. I don't know if Lucasfilm's going to have any more properties. It'd be cool if they came up with an original property. But I think that Lucasfilm will do a few more Star Wars movies. Call it a day. I hope the next Star Wars movies are good. But anyways, so Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is another one I'll give a 7 out of 10. Actually, you know what? I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was good. It was really good. 7.5 out of 10, whereas Insidious gets a 7. So then I went over to Joyride, which was my 4th movie of the day, which I'm actually like not feeling too crazy tired. So I might even go home and set up tomorrow's tournament fight show, maybe, just to save me some time tomorrow. Because I also got to go donate plasma tomorrow. But yeah, Joyride, honestly, probably either my favorite movie of the day or second favorite, besides Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom's awesome. So I don't know why this is looking so blurry, guys. I'm sorry, but I guess it is what it is tonight. But let me just see something. I'm wiping my lenses, gonna change anything. Not really, but oh well. But so yeah, Joyride, and I took some notes for that 'cause I'm not as familiar with the cast, but Joyride. Let me see. It's the movie that's directed by her name's is Adele Lim, and I'll just say this movie is laugh out loud hilarious. There's parts of it where, especially near the beginning, where I'm kind of like, I don't know about this movie if it's going to be that good. I was comparing it to the Jennifer Lawrence comedy that came out, which now I can't think of the name. I had it, but No Hard Feelings. What was that? It? I can't remember, but anyways, I'm way off on that. But I that one, and that one was funny. So they did a great job. So the main cast is Ashley Park, which who I think is very attractive. I hope she gets more roles because she is very easy on the eye. Woo, man. And then you have Stephanie Sue from well, so Ashley Park's playing her character Audrey Sullivan is her name. Stephanie Sue's playing a character named Kat, Kat, and Stephanie Sue, you would know her from Everything Everywhere All at Once, playing the daughter from that movie. And you have Sherry Cola playing her name Lolo. You'll see she's the one with her eyes more further apart. I'll just say that. I won't say anything more. But and then you have Sabrina. I didn't even write the name right. Sabrina W. The last name starts with a W. I didn't. For some reason I didn't. Wu. I think it's Sabrina Wu. I think. I wrote it in Sharpie, guys, so it's hard to totally read it. But she was a character named Deadeye, and I'll just say that maybe the funniest character in the movie because it's a real tomboyish looking character, very like almost if you looked at it, you mistake her for a boy, just would. But she's hilarious. She's a girl, and she is hilarious. Like really, really funny stuff. And it's one of these movies you're just gonna have to see to like understand the humor and like stick with it. Like first 15 minutes or so, 20, 30 minutes, may not be the most laugh out loud, funny stuff, but it gets good. It gets really, really good. Especially the stuff on the train, stuff with all the drugs. And I'll say this movie is raunchy. It's raunchy. There's some one part of nudity that shows I'll just say it, a vagina. It does. So be prepared for that. But didn't show anything else the whole movie. It's a quick glance, like 5 seconds or less. Probably less 2 seconds, literally. 1,000, 1,000, then you're done. But and there's stuff with the basketball team, and it gets very sexual, but in the most hilariously funny way. Baron Davis, and former NBA star Baron Davis, is in this movie, and he's hilarious. All the guys that try to make really hot looking and they're taking off their shirts and stuff. I don't care because it's an R-rated comedy. It's supposed to be like that. And yeah, there's just some funny things with every guy that they encounter between the girls and the guys. Good stuff, really funny. And then yeah, just stuff all over China. They also go to South Korea in the movie, and it's all funny stuff. It's all really good, and so, like almost from the moment they get to China, like Stephanie Sue's character is playing like I think the Emperor's daughter or the Emperor's something, but she's a TV star in the movie. And then she's getting ready to be in a movie with Greta Gerwig in LA. So my guess is we'll probably get a sequel if the movie does well, and it's them coming to America and hanging out in Los Angeles. But which I hope I hope we get a sequel because this movie is really good. It deserves it in my opinion. So and you had a few recognizable Asian actors. Ronnie Chang, he's great comedian. Go look up his specials on Netflix and his stand-up comedy. And then you also have Daniel Day Kim from Lost, like Jin from Lost, and like is it Hawaii Five O? He's in that, but and he shows up near the end. But the movie has a lot of heart. Like it has a part where, I mean, of course, every kind of like friends get together and go on a trip or go on an adventure. They have to be like at each other's throats at some point, or like and mad at each other, or like if something happens and they're pissed off, and then they have to come and make up. But they do it well. They do. They do. It is like kind of predictable. That's how every movie like this goes. But it works. I'll just say that it works, and yeah. And oh, there's a hilarious scene where they do like a K-pop music video. Oh my gosh, was I nearly in tears laughing. So good, but it's definitely raunchy, but it's in the best way. So, but yeah, it's really really good, hilarious. I would highly recommend Joyride even more than the Jennifer Lawrence comedy. I think it's No Hard Feelings. I wish there was someone in the chat that could tell me if I got that right, um, but yeah, overall it was a really good day at the movies. Like I rarely do four. I rarely have the stamina or the time or anything to do four movies, but I had it the time, so I took advantage because I've been waiting to start a new job, and the job is twiddling their thumbs about my start date. But they said I'm definitely hired, and I just gotta find a start date for me. So this weekend I'm going to back down to my family's cabin one more time because we're gonna have different family there. So we want to go see some more faces, some more people, and I want to record some more while I'm there. And I'm gonna make a travel vlog that'll pop up within 5 to 7 days, I'll say. It'll be on the channel. Just I gotta find time to edit. But yeah, and probably for Joyride, for a comedy, I'll give it. I'll say 8.5 out of 10. Really, really good, really hilarious. There are a couple of 10 out of 10 jokes in it that would really hit hard. So yeah, go check it out. So now I'm gonna add the 4 movies I saw today to my flick chart, see where they land, and my all-time favorites. See if anything makes the 128. Probably not right away this soon after just seeing it, but you never know. I doubt any of these ones will make my top 128 movies of all time, but they'll be highly rated, like highly ranked. So, but yeah, go check out. Like I would say, go see all of these movies. Go see The Sound of Freedom. Go see Insidious: The Red Door. Go see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It's not a bad movie. I don't get what people are saying it's a bad movie. Private the people that put the original trilogy on a pedestal way up high, and if a movie isn't gonna be as good as those, then they're gonna say it's a terrible movie, and that's not terrible. It's just not on that level. And then go see Joyride. It's probably the best comedy of the year. I'd say it's number 1 for comedy this year. So they might it'll probably make my top 12 movies of the year, probably. But 128, not yet. Over time, I want to see this. I want to see all these movies again, and then give them just think about it. I'm trying to be careful when these cars come up. Make sure they're not cops. I don't think they're cops. No, it's not a cop. Okay, gotta be careful when I'm car vlogging it up. But yeah, and then what we have going on this week, I'll just say, just check out tournament fights at Tier Ranker every Tuesday and Friday. Except this week we're going Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it's going to be best movies of 2010. And then tomorrow night or tonight, whenever you're watching this, on Friday, it's going to be best movies with a state in the title for a half bracket. So yeah, and I'm going to probably have a lot of blind spots on, honestly. But and then we'll be doing trivia a week from Sunday, probably. The Seen and Heard movie trivia, and get a chance to go check out our Patreon. We do all kinds of exclusive podcasts over there. We're giving away my one sheet movie posters for my time working in the movie theater. We'll have an extended schedule for the channel that you can see like 4 months out, and I have first dibs on signing up. And if you sign up for the Patreon, you will be guaranteed episodes. You will be on no matter what. Like, I treat my Patreon very well, so because it helps us out. We put all the money right back into the channel. And if you go to our main homepage and you look up in the banner where it says Movie Hero Network with the logo, in the lower left-hand corner of that banner, there's some little icons, and there's a link to we have a GoFundMe page, and we'll link you to the Patreon, and link you to the our PayPal. We're gonna be doing another big giveaway once we get another big, probably a box set of some kind of Blu-rays. And if you donate, I'll send you a movie of your choice or a poster of your choice just for donating anything. Donate $1, and I'll send you one. Like, or donate more. Like, it helps. We want to bring you really awesome content. We want to bring you bigger and better content. We want to do travel vlogs. I want to be able to upgrade the studio. I want to be able to like just make better, bigger and better content for you guys. I want to have more people on the channel. I want to get on side and someone who can do video editing and graphic design for the channel. So I'm working on it. So, uh, anyways, that is going to do it tonight for the review. So, you guys have a good one. We'll be back at it again tomorrow with tournament fight. That'll be it. So, peace out, and we'll see you next time.